Okay, so...
Alright, so we're going to play the video. I'll say now when I push the button.
Well, set up what video it is. It's...
Well, we'll just use the audio from before.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll
cut it.
I'll cut it in there. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
we're going to start. That's right.
So this was my first not in school attempt, although it wasn't a very hard attempt at making a little mini movie. It's really just a fight scene. But as we talked about it before with the sound effects revelation, I wanted to start playing with sound effects. So this is my first time playing with sound effects, other than the clay animation movie. And the music. It's all Japanese music. My dad got that comic in Okinawa. And he's had it since he was in the Marines in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And that's what Keith was holding.
Bruce Van Chan, just the zipperhead I'm looking for.
What are you looking for means?
To personally invite you to become the
Like
new
the subtitles?
TRA.
The subtitles are great.
And it's using handy chunk for recognition.
And it was also, my dad's computer just happened to have video editing software on it
Okay.
for the first time ever that I ever messed with it. And so I tried to do some special effects I just kind of tried everything in this
I
video.
got a feeling you wouldn't see it my way.
Now, you weigh significantly more in this than you do now.
Yeah, I don't know, I got pretty heavy again.
If you won't
But I'm
join
coming
your
down.
own free will,
So there's the first appearance of Sam Richardson.
Yeah.
As what is his character's name in this? Or does he have a character name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember it at all?
It's
All the credits will come up. We'll find out later.
Yeah.
That's a tease for later. Oh, Keith's signature screaming.
Again, that was taken from us playing Dead or Alive, the video game. So, that's where Keith got that from. Pretty sure.
I never knew that.
Is that a meat cleaver?
I just figured it was some kind of kung fu, movie.
Yeah,
Right.
which the video game was a rip-off
Oh, okay.
of the movies
Got it.
anyway. It's all the same culture. Martial arts and a thing.
How long would you say this fight scene took to?
Not long, because I didn't care what I shot back then. Like,
You're a first take guy, but for the most part.
yeah, I
right?
wasn't discriminating back then.
That looked very real. Super convincing fight scene. I would put it up there with.
It's not over, dude. It ain't over till it's over. You still got two thugs to deal with. And this one's armed with a nunchaku.
What take was that of him doing the nunchuck thing?
Like probably once or twice.
3 times a lady?
I'll explain that when the video's over, actually.
Okay, yeah. We'll continue it on after. Yeah.
No, I mean, we can talk, but I'll explain that part more.
Keith's stepdad is particularly good with nunchucks.
Is he really?
Yeah, and I think he might have also got some of that teaching. This might have been before
You
that.
see that
but-
blur?
Yeah.
There was a tailgate of a truck there, and I blurred it out. You're going to see another shot like that. I don't want to cut you off, but I got the inside know-how.
Yeah. I was pretty much done with my point anyway. So, all right. So this is clearly
This is the 100-hand slap.
right.
See how it's got a little special effect on it?
Sure.
That was,
What
that was
what
my
effect?
big special effect.
What effect is that?
That, like the ghosting of the hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you see that?
Well, do you use like slow down the frame rate or something on it on the?
They had in the particular video editing software a certain, I think it was 2 different filters, and I learned how to play with them
Right.
and mess up the slow motion. Oh, that's what I
Where did
did.
those guys
I put like slow motion and a transparency layer on it or something like that. Oh, hey, how about that? How about older marijuana victims?
Cobra Dupes by Sack Lunch.
Written by Honey Porter. Adam Rao was Kate O'Brien.
Got it.
Kitty Kato.
And Kitty as herself.
Yeah, the cat was in the background.
You might want to stop the
Oh yeah.
the greatest LWA movie ever from
All right.
coming up next on the YouTube playlist.
So here's what happened next. So we stopped doing WCWF. That was our wrestling federation back then,
Yes.
wasn't it?
In Sam's barn, yes. It was
Yeah.
WCWF.
But we did it that second time. This was that second time we did it when it was cool, and probably when you first tuned into it. When his uncle built the cool ring in his garage, like the raised ring.
It was a raised ring both times that I went. I went twice.
Yeah, then that was...
I was really on the very tail end of it.
It's alright. It was during that time.
Yeah.
That I made that first Gook Hornet. So then we had a hiatus, like when after the last event got busted up by the cops or whatever. Our big blowout where Sam and Frank went to the hospital and the cops got called.
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy. So then we went on a hiatus, and then we started doing wrestling again. And I was like, well, remember how we used to make those video clips? I was like, I think I can make them a little better now. And in between that, I took a film appreciation class, and I started watching a bunch of foreign movies and just a whole bunch of, like, you know, like all the movies I could get my hands on. It was back when Blockbuster had that deal where you could go watch a movie, bring it back, and you had like a membership, so you could give it back to them and instantly get another movie. Like, I think you could have like 3 out at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before Netflix, so I just walked down to like, I think 7 or 8 blocks down to Blockbuster, and would just get movies all day on my day off. And that's when I made these really weird movies. So have fun with this.
We're starting Gook Hornet 2 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say push play now. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Push play now.
It's funny whenever people are podcasting with the microphones the first time and it's just like a room mic, they feel like they need to get close to it when they're going to say something important. Like that happened on another.
That's funny.
That happened on another episode that I did. And
Hold on, Sam texted.
who?
Exactly.
He's involved in this, and he should really be here for this. But,
I know.
I don't know if he listens to the High Files or not. I assume he doesn't listen to much podcasts. He's a very busy man.
Yeah, I don't think he does. He's been on some episodes, though. He's going to be on the next episode. It should come out today.
So he's eating some Doritos and Domino's Pizza.
This is from Wayne's World 2. Alright, so I said I watched a bunch of movies. You know how in Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2, they have he takes a drink of Pepsi.
Wayne's World 1.
The New Brand, Little Yellow Different.
Yep.
That's what that was.
Fantastic. Direct influence.
Oh, I rip off tons of movies in these video clips, but
Yeah.
most people don't know it.
It's pretty seamless, honestly.
Yeah.
I take it for what it is. I don't
Yeah.
think about what they're referencing too much.
Well, it's a lot of homages.
I'm learning a lot
Yeah.
more about these though, honestly.
Good.
Yeah.
It's valuable. It was nighttime,
That's Keith's house.
and it was nighttime when we did the interior shots. So this is where I start to pick my shots. And I break up the script to where we can film over multiple days
Yes.
because of our tight schedules. And here come 2. I'm supposed to be like a reject from the 70s, and I think Sam is too, but he's still a redneck because he's still from Jefferson County.
Side note, we wore those wigs to a party one time and nobody knew who we were.
That's awesome.
They were it was the electricity was out so nobody could see each other's faces. It was outside.
That's great.
SpaghettiOs?
And it was freezing out.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't this BBC's house? Yeah, man. Score. BBC's always got weed. Dude, he would never smoke with 2 dudes like us. He's a freaking LWA superstar.
I've met so many people like this in my
I
life.
know. This is just my weird imagination.
Just sneak in.
Growing up in Jefferson County and St. Louis County, like,
Never know.
definitely have met these people before.
Slice of life.
Absolutely. Back in Keith's house, interior.
Yeah, interior shot. It's still, but it's night outside because we shot this whole thing on a different day, which means we got in those costumes 2 different days.
They still had the Disney VHS on the...
That's where a lot of like coaching makes up for the fact that we didn't have any money or anything. Like, I think they turned out to be so fun because I really tried hard to make everything as consistent as I could.
Right.
And not take it too seriously either, though.
Now, who is the cameraman in most of this stuff?
The cameraman makes a big difference.
It does.
When that's why in Stunt Lebanon I'm not in it, because I decided I was like, I'm gonna be the motherfucking cameraman because this
And
is driving
director.
Me. Yeah, because this is I directed all of them.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, this is driving me crazy. If I'm in it, I can't, do the camera, and that's why I wasn't in that one. So
That's where,
stash.
it is his stash area because that is where every teenager leaves their...
Oh yeah, underwear drawer. Or under the mattress.
Right. This is where not Thorhammer. This is where Abomination would have band practice.
Yeah.
Sitting exactly where Jordan is right now is where I had my drums.
It's a total like Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah. What are you guys smoking there?
I think that was tobacco, and because his mom was home, and then there's oregano.
Did she complain about tobacco smoke?
She would have if she came down, but she'd been way more pissed if it was marijuana smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then I interrupt with a special public service announcement.
Hello, superfans. It's me, President Jordan from the LWA, and I'm here with an.
You look very clean cut in this.
Yeah, I lost some weight
Marijuana
too.
is a dangerous thing, a powerful drug. Some would call it a gateway drug. A gateway.
I enjoyed the wizard.
That's Tim's dad's office.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tim Pickrell, podcast overlord.
Yeah.
What?
Alright, so here's another thing about these videos that you have to understand when we start doing them again. I slipped an undercover racist spot in every single one of them just to make people watch it. Because people get so up in arms about race all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's like, well, I'll just put a little bit of racist shit in every single one of my videos. So there's an Easter egg. That's the Easter egg in this one.
And who was that lady in the right photo?
Both those girls I worked with
At
a retail store.
It was off of Watson, right? It was
Value shitty.
Value, yeah. I actually told Lindsay that the other day.
That's where I bought most
you
of the
used to live
costumes.
there. Yeah. Or you used to work there.
Yeah. It was.
I'm glad
crazy.
you didn't live it.
That's where I got immersed in the black culture.
Now it's like a social security building and stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I got immersed in black culture and found my interest in black women that I didn't know about because I didn't know any of them. But now I knew a lot of them. I liked a lot of them.
And is that where you met her?
No. I met her at the mall later.
Okay.
Oh, we found it. Alright, so here's an inside tip. This bump that everybody loves so much when he stomps off to go away,
Yeah.
not intended. It was a happy accident that it bumped the tripod. So watch when he takes his first step to march off. It'll bump the tripod, but it looks cool.
I would like to go back and count how many cuts there are in this.
A lot more than the last one.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was no cuts in that other one.
It's an interesting stylistic thing you did with that many different
Yeah.
shots of him.
Well, you have to make it look like an anime. That's what it is.
In the biz, you have to get a lot of coverage, basically, is what, is what it is.
No, that was supposed to be like an anime scene.
Yeah.
You know? But instead of a zoom in, because I couldn't zoom fast enough, I just cut like a comic version.
Yeah, it's totally like Dragon Ball Z Goku powering up.
Exactly. And those old camcorders, their zoom is super slow, you know? So that's when I'm like, well, let me just do what they do in anime.
Right.
And so I did it that way. Which, because anime is based on manga, where you just cut up pictures. They ran the wrong way. See, it's the stupid shit like that. You
Right.
know? Like, it's a serious thing. He's seriously fighting them, but everything else is retarded.
That might be one of the longest shots in this.
What?
Is him running that far and
I think so.
yeah.
You saying there's a lot of cuts? Or there's too many cuts?
No, I think this is the right amount of cuts.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying you do
I
cut
would
a lot.
I would like to know. Well, I'm also working with anime. Yeah. So you can't
For
do
sure.
very long takes.
I know Mike Daffron did some of the video editing, right?
Yeah, I
Did
can't
he do
remember-
any on these?
I don't remember which ones he was the cameraman for, but he helped me edit Stomp the Man.
Okay.
So, yes, and he did a great job. He edited big pieces of Stomp the Man.
Now those are the same sound effects from Stone Lemanin.
Probably.
No sound effect for rubbing his face in the.
Hey. We were cranking these out every 3 weeks.
Right. I forgot it really was that often that you guys were making new videos.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
I loved that. I loved that era.
Yep.
Now St. Louis Anarchy focuses on wrestling, and each are good in their own respect, but
Well, and I had to write the show scripts. I was doing a lot of work.
yeah. Okay, so we got some Mission Impossible-esque music.
Yeah. Oh, no, Tim helped with this one. Tim helped edit this one.
There was an
Because-
appearance by Mallory right there handing
Yeah.
the cigarette.
Yep, Mallory was the off-camera. You know how something always happens off-camera in like Blazing Saddles or some shit?
Uh-huh,
You
yeah.
know, like somebody will get shot and then fall off the set, you know? Well, I couldn't continue working in these conditions without a smoke break. So we
Yeah.
turned to the off-camera girl that's always there with my cigarettes. And then we smoke.
I wonder if that still happens on actual like big budget sets, like if they allow that in the studio.
Probably not. So this is the big special effect.
Yes, the Shang Tsung Mortal Kombat.
So I was pretty proud of that fucking special effect because Tim knew Photoshop, and here's how we did it. So I came up with the idea. I was like, dude, it's animated like a cartoon. But what happens is cut me out, freeze it. Like the rest of the movie there is not film. It's just a series of pictures.
Yeah.
So like a cartoon. And so he just froze me in that pane and then cut me out in Photoshop, turned me green. And then until it gets into his mouth, each one of those has a Photoshop picture laid over the top of it. So it's a cartoon.
That's pretty fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in like each couple frames, you switch the cartoon to
And
the next.
Tim did a really good job on the execution on it, I think.
Yeah. I should say worst boy grip in Gook Hornet 2 was Alec Baldwin.
And instead of best, it was worse.
Yeah. And I don't even know if there was a regular best boy grip, as in traditional cinema. I think it was just worst boy grip. Listeners can go back and check that out if they want to. If not, whatever. Yeah.
So here's the culmination. Then I'm like, well, there was actually supposed to be 4, but I'll take it that it turned out to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Play now.
Buffering.
Now.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be hard for you at home. Oh, here we're going
On
international.
location, yes.
We're going international.
Here's good friend of mine and former Abomination.
So this is when I. Justin Poole.
Also
the Prince of Party.
the Prince of Party, the King of Thrash.
Yep. He's running down that hill. But this is when I started trying to do like genre mashups. So this is James Bond mashed up with Cheech and Chong, basically.
Got it. I should mention he was also in Tropical Storm with a exclamation point at the end.
That's true.
So it's really Tropical Storm.
Queso Maximo or whatever.
Yes. Who are these two guys?
These are North Korean terrorists, which everyone that works for North Korea is a terrorist.
Yeah. Nowhere to hide.
So I'll tell you my biggest regret.
I swear.
I do like the dubbed voiceover though, and so when we filmed it, we were speaking just random Japanese phrases that I happen to know.
Okay.
And I think Sam might have been even saying some Korean stuff from Taekwondo. And then we dubbed it in our real lines.
That's fantastic. I never knew that.
But this I regret. So I'll point out all my mistakes. I was supposed to bring something to be like he had some plutonium on him, and I forgot it. And we were in the middle of nowhere, and it was fucking freezing. And I'm like, Justin, just say it's in your ring. Like your ring's made of plutonium or something.
Okay.
I regret it.
Well, the
Pretty
ring
dumb.
in superhero culture has always been kind of weird, and I don't
That's
truly
why I
accept
chose
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I chose it. Just like this will work. But I do like the The music was selected, There's Nowhere to Run To, baby. And when you heard them first come up on him, they go, There's nowhere to run to, and point their gun at him, and then the other guy says, Nowhere to hide. And then this song comes on afterwards.
Yes.
So there was a lot of thought put into at least the script.
Yeah, it should be as natural of transition as possible.
Oh, you like this? I think I misspelled humidity.
What do you mean a rap is
This is
a
Sam's
flag
house.
fire?
But we hung up the flag and the map.
You should say Sam's parents' house.
Yes, that's true. Well,
To be clear,
yeah.
Gook Hornet 3 was released. It didn't go one event to the next as far as like Gook Hornet 1, Gook Hornet 2, Gook Hornet
No,
3.
it was just
Like Gook Hornet was for WCWF, of course.
yeah.
So
It was
2 and 3
me-
weren't one after the other.
It was
Correct?
me reusing the character and the stoner theme.
Got
At
it.
least the 2 last movies were stoner themed.
Yeah.
The first one wasn't.
I should note from my perspective when we were watching these live, like you said earlier, I purposely didn't watch them ahead of time. I was the only one that didn't watch any scenes
Yeah.
or anything.
And
And
did
so
you have
they
fun
would
watching
hype it up to me big time.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that sucks.
leading up to it. Not spoil anything, because it was
Yeah.
before that bullshit. People knew.
Yeah.
You don't ruin things. You know. Of course, it wasn't social media, so we couldn't do
True,
it that
that's
way.
true.
But,
Like that close up. It's like close up.
super close-up, yes.
Terrorists have assembled a nuclear device and are planning to detonate it.
Keith has... That's a very natural pose of him, one hand in his
Dude,
pocket,
Keith is great.
the other one
Keith
doing any number of things Alanis Morissette would do.
Keith makes these movies, dude. He does kind of look like Alanis Morissette.
Wait, so 1996 Alanis
No,
Morissette?
just the way he
or-
carries himself.
You ought to know!
Is that what he just said?
It may have been. We'll go back and check that out later. So,
So this is
you
the
purposely
plot.
don't see your face. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. You'll like this. Yeah, you don't see my face. I'm like,
Up until now, you see a side shot.
but I'm still
Yeah.
in darkness. So that was a movie reference right there. So I said if they detonate a nuclear device, our secret G13 marijuana fields will be incinerated. And then Keith says, and no one lied to inhale all that smoke. This is bullshit. But G13 in American Beauty, you seen that movie?
Yes.
You know how he buys the first shit from him, and he's like, "What is this?" And he's like, "That's Project G13, government-sponsored marijuana."
Yeah. I don't remember that specific line, but yes, I definitely have
He
seen that
calls
movie
it
many times.
G13.
Yeah.
A government-funded project, and so that's the general that's running the G13 project.
Reform. You got the man.
So now my movie ties
And
into
next thing
that.
you know, I have to go on this.
Oh, this is great. He plays his own mom.
Yes.
Very Shakespearean.
You're not going, and in fact,
But good thing you guys didn't do this as a player. He'd be jumping back and forth and putting
Well,
female garb on.
This is the first one I used a body double.
Yes.
Mallory was the body double.
I remember her telling me that it was her legs or her feet.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's her. She walks. It's Sam is the other body double. It's his foot.
Yeah. I haven't watched that in a little bit. But
Notice he's down and the camera's up, and then he's up and the camera's down.
Uh-huh.
That's something that I was working on too.
Anita Louise Chan, on your knees and rub 'em now.
Doing POV shots. So there's
yes,
Mallory.
there's Mallory.
And there's Sam's foot. So he had to rub Sam's foot. It's not quite as bad as Grease to getting a dildo in the mouth, but
Ooh, you
it's
know.
still-
Can I go now?
I forgot that there was a really long scene of a man's leg and foot, so I sort of feel bad for saying it was Mallory's.
How can I trust you to go out around my hands?
She'll forgive you, I'm sure. She's a sweet girl.
So
She's
He
been in
looks-
the Alps. She'll come back all
You
mellow.
got the reefer madness. Look,
I'll do anything.
I do hope Keith washed his hands after he did that scene.
I hope so too.
Or maybe some sanitizing lotion.
Anything.
Great. I know these two guys.
Well, that was a good catch.
They
I would expect no less out of
Junior.
Keith Wilson.
And Charles.
Oh, God. Not rehab.
Yes, rehab. Now get ready, you little fucker.
Didn't I say it helped Eric Estrada, didn't it? Eric Estrada is the guy from Chips.
Right. He looks very much like Fez, I've always thought.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sure Fez was
Same
slightly
haircut.
inspired, but
Same
yeah.
haircut. So now these are the two guys that are the at-home rehab team. Me and Sam again. And I think we redo the bit from Gook Hornet 2 where he comes down the stairs and stops, and then I run into him because I'm big. The two rednecks did that too.
Right.
Mr. Van Chan. Mr.
So
Van
that
Chan,
ties them together.
Where are you?
Remember that green pipe?
Mr. Van
Yes,
Chan.
I did
That
use
green
that
pipe
many
was-
times.
Yeah, me too.
The one
Dark
and
green.
only.
We actually tried with the costumes,
My name is Emmanuel.
look like
And
orderlies
this
or
here
whatever.
is my partner Jorge. We will be
Yeah, Sam had
administering
personal
your
experience and know what orderlies look like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
He pushed those gurneys for a while, I
Well, super.
think. Keith's room. Look at that. His poor mom.
pretty blatant.
His poor mom. All those beer cans. AC/DC Pantera with a huge marijuana leaf.
One time I actually did a flying jump onto his bed because I was drunk or something, and I think I broke it.
Now.
I got drunk and spent the night there a lot of times.
Yeah. For some reason our drink of choice back in that day was tequila.
Because you thought you made you cool and you were dumb.
I mean, both of those I'm sure had some part in it.
1 hour without reefer later.
Because I'm sure it wasn't top shelf.
I told you I could kick that.
I'm sure it was like plastic jug.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, whatever we could get, really.
Just it wouldn't have mattered if it was tequila,
1
vodka,
hour
or whatever.
and
That
57
yeah,
seconds
same stuff
without
back then
reefer
that we
later.
drank.
Would you say that Keith's house, over the course of all the videos, was the most used as a setting?
Probably, but that's when I was like, I gotta drop this shit, and that's when I made Roland and Jack and Stomp the Man
Uh-huh.
because we actually started shooting on location,
Right.
which was different. I mean, we still did a lot of like the neighborhood, and things like that.
Mr.
but
Van Chan, are you
I
okay?
started filming a lot more outside so that we could have sets.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, he's going through withdrawal. So that's the point of this.
Who chose this song for you?
I did.
Yeah.
Godsmack, really?
So that's a heroin song, right? The snake bite entered my vein.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
why I
I want to
chose
say it is. I don't know for
It
sure.
was the only addiction song that I really thought fit,
I think it
the
does.
scene.
I think it fits the scene with the darkness
Yeah.
of it.
and the strangeness, the
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
silliness.
Want to play with the stuffy stuff, baby?
So a dog, a toy, and a chicken.
It's like he's in the spirit realm and we're just trying to help him.
Uh-huh.
So every time we cut to him, he's got those drums, boom, 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 like some tribal
Right.
drums. Real worms. That's a pretty good shot of those worms with that shitty camera.
Oh.
Who was his makeup artist?
What's wrong?
Yeah, that was you too.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with
I
this
just
guy?
read the back of this. This is more still image manipulation. That's the Easter egg. Did you
Right.
get it?
Yeah.
Told you there's an Easter egg in every single
There's
one.
like- I also like the Britney Spears
Losing 'em, man.
flash.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
we
Kevin
can't
Smith
make them
action
all.
right there. Did you see
We
that?
don't want another
I missed that one. I'm
My
sorry.
speed.
I zoned out for a second.
My speechless character has one spoken
You know
line,
what to
Right.
do.
but instead of my voice, it's Mallory's voice. So I got
Where did you record the after audio? The what is it called? Post-
sound effects or
Post-production or
Yeah. Probably Tim's or Mike's, I would think.
ADR? I think that's what it's called.
Come on,
I haven't heard that term. I'm behind though.
I'm gonna Google it while you continue with.
I'll probably get more into making movies now though. Again, that I have that GoPro. I just need a computer with some good video editing software, and then I'll be set.
Yeah, I have a thought with that on that. I'll share with you later after the podcast. But
Did I tell you about my YouTube idea that will take off?
no, I don't. We should talk about that too.
Because I have I have a couple YouTube ideas that will take off.
What?
So after this video, we'll do that. Stock
Sure.
footage. I had to get stock skydiving footage, and none of them were that great. But this one I definitely couldn't use because it was naked skydivers in formation, and I was like, why not put that shit in there? That'll make it 10 times more fun. He just drops in right where they are. Oh, and this is missing a scene. This movie's missing a scene that we never filmed.
And what is the missing scene?
The missing scene is me, the terrorist I play. My real name is Ron Chan Chan, and I am Bruce Van Chan's brother, separated at birth.
And that's one of these terrorists?
Yes, but we ran out of time, and I couldn't do exactly what I wanted with it. But the spot, I'll show you where it happens, or where it
Okay.
would have happened, because it's all was supposed to be a huge flashback sequence, where the whole movie just cuts away to a flashback.
So it doesn't climax in this fight scene, it climaxes after the fight scene.
No, it's during the fight scene.
Gotcha. Okay. So, was this done in the same day that you did the earlier outside footage?
No.
Totally
Oh
different
wait,
day.
yeah. No,
Okay.
no. I think it was the same day.
It looks like it is. That's what I asked.
Yeah, and it was cold as hell.
So
but
there's a
man,
special effect there.
Yep, reverse camera footage or reverse camera direction.
Two special effect shots, really, because here's the makeup special effect
Yep, the
shot.
blood.
Now
Those-
I know. what
Those
you're
were brand new
after.
sweaters. We cut the ragged holes in them and stuff. All right, so here he comes up and he's like, "Who are you?"
I've seen your fighting style once a long time
I've seen
ago.
your
But
They're
before I
brothers.
destroy you, I must know. Who are you?
And then these gongs are supposed to segue into both of their memories, and so it would gong over into a totally different scene, and it would show their childhood in a flashback or whatever. And then his mom chimes in.
But I just want you to know that I believe in you.
This is great picture in
I
picture.
believe in the power of reefer.
Well, she's supposed to be like the disembodied Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
So why not?
I will say these are way better sound effects than
And so Gook
in previous
Hornet
versions.
to pummel his enemies into a bloody pulp, and their guts rained from the sky. He then took a ferry to Washington, D.C., and then took a ferry
A
across-
ferry.
See that
Yeah,
word?
yes, I did.
The two fairies. Sneaking a little joke there.
Paris Hilton joined the Navy. Great.
Paris
You gotta
Hilton.
get as many jokes in here as possible with the nice balance of the action.
And then I say Paris Hilton joined the Navy. And I joined the Navy.
Yes.
Which turns out to be jokes on me.
To be frank, I didn't know you had
Oh, listen to this part.
Figured you'd beat the terrorists, no problem. But to defuse the bomb as well.
What bomb?
So, here's some history on this ending. This ending's pretty fun.
It really is.
So, the world got destroyed after all. Because he didn't defuse the bomb. there's a show called Sledgehammer.
Right.
It's an old, like 80s or early 90s show, and it was supposed to have that everybody was acting serious but surreal style because everything was goofy. There's an episode where this cop named Sledgehammer, busts these guys, and he was supposed to, they were supposed to detonate a nuclear bomb. He busted the crooks. He goes back to his chief's office. He's like, "Chief, I took care of it." You know, he's like, "Great job busting the bad guys." He's like, "What'd you do with the bomb or whatever? How'd you get rid of the bomb?" And Sledgehammer's like, "What bomb?" And then it blows up just like that. But the funny thing is, that wasn't the last episode of Sledgehammer. So every episode of Sledgehammer after that it says like 2 years before the explosion or something like that.
So, because they decided to make that sequence, they had to pay the price of always having a disclaimer before.
They did it just for the ending, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And that's my
And-
memory from being a kid.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll look into that later too, as far as how many seasons
Yeah.
they did after that.
Oh, not very many. It
Okay.
wasn't